I once told my mother, while trying to be funny, that if you see a person with a monkey, the monkey will turn out to be a lot smarter than it looks, and the person will turn out to be a lot dumber than they look. I read that and remembered that line from some story. I thought it was a funny line, and I used it in the first conversation I had with anyone when the subject of monkeys came up. It was in this conversation concerning monkeys with my mother that I learned for the very first time that as a child my mother had owned a monkey. I still find the story I read about monkeys quite funny, but I no longer try to get a laugh with the remark about monkeys and their owners. Wanting to be funny, trying to be amusing by saying an off-the-cuff, ad-lib, witty remark, it can destroy a person's life in a few stony, silent seconds. But once you have made your third-grade classmate blow milk out their nose and nearly die from something funny you have said, there's no going back. But there are dangers. I remember once hearing a third-rate comic get a laugh with the remark, "Isn't it a shame when cousins marry?" To use this line to describe the stupid decision or action of another person. I would often get a cheap laugh with this remark. One day, Angel, one of my best friends at work, told me quietly but firmly after I said the line about marrying cousins when something really stupid had happened at work and we didn't know who to blame it on or figure out why it happened. He said to me, "You know, Bob, my mother and father are cousins." I stopped using that line. When something inexplicably odd happened at work and would cause everything to go wrong for no apparent reasons, I would also try to get a laugh with the comment, "Those damn albinos." What were the odds of offending anyone? I soon learned a sister's coworker was an albino. I learned I could do less than terrible Scottish and Indian accents, and I started using them at work, trying to be funny, until one day I was doing my Indian accent, and my boss's boss, V. Hamesh Rapandu Pandu Patel, overheard me and gave me the dirtiest look. Well, when I think back, there was only one time in my whole life when trying to be funny by saying something silly was absolutely worth it. Often in a person's life they think back to a social situation and they wish they had said something different. At least once in my life I said the perfect thing at the perfect moment in which I would change nothing. How many people can say that? My boss at the time was Diana. She was the very first chemical engineer supervisor where I worked. Now she was a pretty good boss, as bosses go, but she could be a little snooty at times. One day in the manufacturing area, she took me aside to introduce me to another woman engineer that had just been hired. Diana said to Mary, "Mary, this is our group leader," and she paused for about 6 seconds, as she had forgotten my name. The silence became heavy. I stuck out my hand to Mary and said in a low but firm, faintly terrible Scottish accent, and said, "Bond. James Bond." Mary got an enormous smile and laughed, and Diana started sputtering, "I know your name. It's Bob, 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 Bob." It was perhaps the only perfect moment in my life in which I would not want to change anything. Although sometimes I do have a yearning for a monkey.